CNN mourns they're no longer the cool kids. Democrats are no longer the cool kids. The Republicans are the cool kids now. Is that true? Let's take a look because we catch them red-handed in spin. Welcome to the Doug TeNapel channel. This is where the happy patriots are because look, I'm so cool. 58 years old, just covered in scars, greasy hair on the internet. Ask my kids if they think I'm cool. Oh my.
Here's a provocative question for you. Is it now uncool to be a Democrat? Meghan McCain thinks so after she says that she's been socially ostracized for being a Republican her entire life. An op-ed takes it a step further, arguing that the right is winning hearts and minds. A major reason? Because MAGA has recognized the crucial importance of new technologies in shaping politics and culture.
Wrong answer. It's not, see, she's trying to spin it, or Meghan McCain is, on we've embraced technology and what influences culture. That's like Boromir in Lord of the Rings going, we can use the ring to defeat this great evil. No, it's not we do grasp tech, fine. That's not the cause. You got to remember, they were saying that the Democrats embraced tech in the Obama era, and that's why they kicked our butts. That also isn't true. Technology is just a tool. Doesn't mean you have the right argument. They've lied. They used that tool to lie so many times that they've discredited themselves, even while Biden spent 4 years just demolishing the country.
It's an interesting argument. Actually, can I just say for the record, the conservatives at the table are the ones that are most skeptical about this. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Democrats are still cooler.
Dress
better, have better hair, go to cooler parties, still cooler.
I don't think
the cool is the thing, and Megan's my very best friend, so full disclosure, I get her point, because we've talked about this, but it's not an issue of cool. I think that Biden, what Democrats needed after Trump was a Reagan, a character and a personality who was not only going to transform the Democratic Party, but America and the world for generations to come. Instead, they got a Carter in Biden.
Now, what S.E. Cupp is saying there is probably true. I believe it's more that it's not so much that Republicans did something cool with Trump. After all, we already saw Trump in 2016 and we rolled him out again. It's you got to see a total Pepsi versus Coke taste test. Direct comparison. Trump, Biden. Biden was such a disaster that he made the Democrats look uncool. It's not that Trump became cool. He was cool by default because the Democrats looked so bad. There is nothing cool about them. And that other Republican guy said they still throw the cool parties and they're all the best dressed. It's not true anymore. They dress like slobs. They look like slobs. They act like slobs. They're pretentious. They look down their nose. They are crybabies and whiners. They're hysterical. They're prone to violence. They're prone to just spontaneous crying. They're weird. And they're prone to being weirdos, like literally unstable people you don't want around your family. Not the mainstream ones. I'm talking about the big Democrat brand. They're dangerous for your family. They're dangerous for society. The cops won't bust criminals. They won't bust illegals coming over the border. And when they attack your family, Democrats will run defense for them and let them go. And then jail good conservatives like Daniel Penny to try to help.
Someone who inspired nobody, who in fact repelled longtime Democrats who said, I've had enough. We have lost the way, we have lost our point. And now they risk another 12 years of Republicans in charge. Democrats need a renaissance, and to do that, they'll need some introspection and to take some responsibility from some of their policy waywardness.
Well, then they will never reform because Democrats never have introspection. It's a problem with liberalism and their pride. They never take responsibility for their bad policy. They always blame the other side. So if we're counting on that introspection by Democrats to prevent Republicans from getting 12 more years in the White House, guys, we've got this set. We're going to be cool for a long time. And we never cared if we were cool. You know, the definition of trying to be culturally cool is to be a liberal, to be the cutting edge Democrat. Republicans aren't trying to be cool. We're trying to be right.
they need to find their Reagan and become inspiring
Well, they
again
had their
to
Reagan.
a generation. of
They
people.
had their Reagan. They had Barack Obama. The ultimate cool, right? The ultimate.
I'm not talking about cool though.
Right.
I'm talking about
But I'm
someone
talking
who
about
can
someone
inspire a
leads the-
generation
yes,
to come to
right,
the party.
Who leads the cultural, but there is a cultural vanguard to doing that,
But
right?
there was an expiration date on that, I think, is part of the issue.
Correct.
And Trump threatens, I think this is the question, he threatens to eclipse it. I mean, this is the Wall Street Journal on Sunday, how MAGA is taking back the culture. This is a quote from a student at ASU, Arizona State. Every time I walk on campus, I see a few MAGA hats. That's definitely new. He said, it's really become intertwined in our pop culture. It's really showing that conservatism is cool now. This is a 19-year-old.
I think Republicans are less afraid.
That's the key. We started speaking up. It's not that our ideas have changed. Our ideas are similar. We conserve what is great about common sense. And then the liberals were trying to throw out everything that was great about tradition and common sense. So they got kicked out. On Obama, I loved how in that last clip she said that Obama doesn't have a long shelf life. There's a limit. Obama cool is rotting. It's like a rotten piece of old fruit. And they could not find another piece to replace him with. No one else is cool. And even Obama came out looking like a complete dweeb, doing the Karen, complaining to black voters, begging them, you're misogynist if you don't support Kamala Harris. You just hate women. That was actually so off tone. It's even out of characteristic for Obama, which proves he loses his cool when the heat gets turned on. He always was only cool because he had such an easy path given to him because people didn't want to be seen as racist.
Stallone, Gibson, John Voight, shout out Varsity Blues, like them coming out as official or unofficial ambassadors to Hollywood, like that didn't happen 10 years
They
ago.
didn't come out. He
Right,
pointed
right,
them, they
they
didn't
were
even
right.
know.
And I think it's a very good
Let me
thing.
take it to the person from Hollywood. But I feel like I actually don't think that that's like a sign that they're cool because those
Yeah.
guys have been, first of all, they're in another generation.
Less afraid. That's
and
all it
they've
is.
been in Trump's
Striking a
it's-
blow against ageism, but go ahead.
I think we have revisionist history because there's a point in this campaign when the Democrats raised $1 billion, where Kamala
That was like
Harris,
3 months ago.
right? Where people were going across with in the middle of the campaign, where we felt in 100 days no other campaign could have done what we did.
That's Wendell Pierce. He's a Tony Award-winning actor, and he's wrong. He makes the argument, let's not forget how much money Kamala raised. Money Kamala raised, as if that makes her popular. And they're saying kind of that Stallone and John Voight and Mel Gibson are kind of stale. They're from a past generation. All of the people that raised the money for Kamala Harris were old, stale Hollywood people from a past generation. They only had money. They did not have the social credibility, or you've seen far more public service announcements from them with all this power going like, I'm Tom Hanks, vote for Kamala Harris. They didn't have the social cred. They couldn't even pull it off on X and YouTube.
And the Republicans were feeling that as well. We lost the campaign.
I love this segment though, guys. You guys know this is my wheelhouse. I'm documenting what is culture doing? What is everyone saying on the outside? Big, big voices from Hollywood, from big tech, the culture. What are Democrats doing? They're losing, they're dying, and now the ultimate insult is they're not cool. I don't mean nerds, because even nerds are kind of cool. They're like the creepy guy across the tracks where the kids know not to walk in front of his house.
We should not feel as though we've lost our principles and our way. Of course, when someone wins, there's going to be a sort of popular movement and everybody's going to be attached to it. And then ultimately, they're going to realize what they have, what has happened.
What they have jobs. They're going to find out what happened. We have lower taxes. We have less crime. We have illegals gone. We have a functioning IRS that is much smaller. Instead of hunting down Catholics and conservatives and pro-lifers, they're out looking for tax cheats. Instead of DEI in the military, we have a new lethal force. That's what people are going to see under. We're going to be drilling, baby, drill. pulling cheap oil out, gas prices cratering to the ground, which will also decrease the cost of some fruits as farms pay less for their diesel tractors, everyone pays less for their energy. Yeah, we're going to get a wake-up call and certainly a relief that the government's jackboot, the thumb, and the spying eye of the government is off our backs.
Now, we have a responsibility as Democrats to tap into that coolness again and remember that. But
Coolness doesn't pay the bills, though. People want their bills paid.
I think
absolutely,
maybe that is the lesson.
and we'll be asking that question after all those tariffs are put on.
Yeah, he's sure that there's gonna be a financial crisis because of the tariffs. By the way, Trump threatened a tariff on Colombia, and because they would not take their illegal criminals, and Colombia just now reversed all of that based on the tariff threat. They just agreed to take all of their Colombian criminals back. We'll do more on that video because other countries are falling in line. That shows the power of the tariff is a threat to get what you want. It's not necessarily going to be employed. Yeah, it should be in certain countries, but he's so uncool. He doesn't understand what a tariff is for. I'm Doug in exile. Look, subscribe here. New video here.